I love this. I think this is my best. I would even edit little out of this. I will, because man, this is interesting. I would keep on doing this. How? Hello guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to the first episode of Dr. Tabat Memes It. I will be making a series of videos using some certain memes that is arranged by a very good friend of mine, Dr. James O'Day. He's a YouTuber too, and the reason for that is that he needs to arrange it. If I do so myself, I'm going to lose that element of surprise. So he arranges them based on several themes and gives me to respond to them. And in today's episode, I'm going to react to memes that explain how difficult medical training is, or being a doctor is. That's, it will cover some aspect of med school and residency. I have my tab here with some of the sent memes, which I'm going to check immediately. So let's jump right into this video. If you're new to this channel and you're yet to subscribe, just subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Don't forget to like this video and let others to know about this channel. I have a lot of helpful content in this channel that I think you'll find worthwhile too. Forgive me, I wouldn't be making eye contact frequently because I have to go through the tab to be able to get them. And let's start with the first meme. Me studying for the degree I choose. Myself. I can relate. There are many times I said that we chose medicine ourselves. Nobody forced us. Ironically, I have a very surprising story as to how I became a medical doctor. It will be a story for another day, but we weren't forced. I wasn't forced. There are a few people that have been forced. But many times we go through this. I remember that we made the choice ourselves. We just have to endure and finish despite the suffering. The thing is, if we knew it was going to be this difficult, I don't think many of us would have chosen medicine. Ignorance is bliss. So I go to the next meme. Done with all my undergraduate exams. Only 20 more postgraduate exams. God. There's one thing I've learned from med school. You learn to live one day at a time. If you look at things in the long-term perspective, you will just run mad. So you take it one day at a time. When we have series of exams to write, we just think about the first one and not think about the other ones. It helps keep our sanity. And it's the truth. Med school is just the beginning of our medical journey. We have a lot of exams to write in the course of residency before we become specialists or consultants. So yes, we catch those breaks in between, even though the exams are ahead, but somehow it's something we can't actually do anything about. So we catch our breaks in between. Yeah, this really explains it. The next one is when you skipped a family wedding because you had to study, but the weekend had passed and you still have 2-0. God, I wouldn't skip weekend. No, I wouldn't skip. It depends on the family member, but man, this is painful. I missed the one bed, I missed food, I missed hanging out because of God. No, this is sad. This is depressing. You can't even forgive yourself. You can't. And just imagine you failed the test. Damn. No. It hasn't happened to me. If it has happened to you, please let me know in the comment section. The next one is how close I am to balancing study and having a social life. Then it's difficult. I can tell you that. I can tell you that it's difficult. I paid the price. Someone like me that somehow has a fair degree of a balance between my social life and my academic life, I suffered for it. I know that one. I failed exams because I had other social interests. That I know, but man, It's difficult. It's really difficult. I can say that. It's this difficult. Yeah. The next one. 2 types of medical students: worried about sleep deprivation and worried about oversleeping. Yeah. Not too funny. To me, sure, it's not too funny, but I don't think there are 2 types of medical students. We mix both. It depends. So many times we're afraid that we've not slept enough, or we're worried that we've not slept well enough, and sometimes again we're worried that we've overslept. You have to have this too. It happens to you. So you are not like, there are those that worry that they oversleep, and there are those that worry that they don't sleep enough. We experience this. All of us experience this. So it's not funny, but yes, it's true. It's true. We experience it. Just that you can be the 2 types of medical students. You will be the 2 types of medical students at different occasions. Yeah. And the next one is this one you have to be a medical doctor to understand. This inspection, palpation, God, whoever did this needs help. Yeah, these are the steps in clinical examination. So we inspect. Inspection is just looking for some particular signs and symptoms at the patient. Then palpation is a way you touch softly to be able to feel for some certain things. So you have to look first before you feel. Don't just go and touch a patient. It's part of our training. Then percussion is hitting. That's what I can explain to you. Just hitting to be able to elicit some certain signs to further help in your diagnosis. And auscultation is listening. We don't listen like this. We use the stethoscope to listen. I heard that before, based on history, doctors had to put their ears on people's chests to listen. And the person that invented the stethoscope was tired of that. So we don't listen like this, but this is a pretty take. It's a pretty funny take on these steps of clinical examinations. Yeah, it is. Date a medical student and experience mini breakups during their exams. Yes. Yes. At that time, book is the most important thing to us. So if you're dating us and you're not a medical student, we'll break up with you for that exam time. The good thing is that the exam period is not too long. In the school I attended, it's usually at most 2 weeks. So 2 weeks is enough for you to experience a breakup. We wouldn't be calling you, wouldn't be chatting with you. You have to forgive us. This happens. So yes, date a medical student. This happens. So have an idea of when we're having tests or exams, and just prepare for the breakup. Yeah, our lives are this sad. Yeah, they are. Okay, the next one. Residency is like looking both ways before you cross the street and then fall into a gutter. You don't give up. You get back up this time, looking all 3 ways, and then How? Are you in the sky? I'm sorry. God, no comment. It's like that. Some impossible things happen to just bring you down. It's like that. No further comment. It's like that. You can't even, when you want to reason these things, it just does not make sense. You're just not. Upper court, lower court, whatever court, you just receive them. It's hard. Residence is hard. And it's part of the thing that makes many doctors in training to go into depression and be suicidal too. Yeah. No, but this is really funny. It really gives a picture. I'm sorry for laughing. God, I'm sorry. Oh. Next. During rounds, when the consultant asks a question. It's true. God, I can't take this. I can't take this. Yeah. Forgive me, medical students. I know you're eager to become doctors, but that's the reality of internship. God, no further comment. No further comment. Residents are those in training. Interns are like house officers. Those are just graduated from med school, and definitely they can't speak. They don't know as much, so they have to hide. That this perfectly explains it. Yeah, the next. Amnesia during examination, aphasia during viva, hypersomnia during preparations. Man, this one. Now your village people. That's what we say in Nigeria. Village people after you. No. Amnesia during examination. You failed already. Amnesia is forgetfulness. So amnesia when you're writing an exams, no. It can't happen to you. This is typical village people syndrome. It is the village people after you. Pray about it. Aphasia is inability to speak during viva. Viva is our oral exams. If you don't speak, you don't get any points. You don't get any mark. So you can't be having aphasia at that time. Hypersomnia during preparations. Yes, it happens. It happens a lot. It's when you're preparing for exams that you tend to even be more sleepy. Then God forgive us. Yeah. This village people syndrome. When you die before exams. No, this shouldn't be my final year exams because I'm this close to qualifying and becoming a medical doctor. I cannot die. I will live to see this exam. But any other exams, especially difficult exams, I think many times we prefer to die than to. Yeah, we're that dreadful of exams. We're that dreadful of failure. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, the next. This onion will make me cry. Oh, yes. Similar to the previous one, we're that dreadful of the exams. So onions make you cry, but man, the fear of exams. It happens. It happens. You can't be fully prepared. That's it. You can't be fully prepared. Especially in Nigeria or public school, Nigerian school that I came from. You can't be prepared. You can't be fully prepared. No, you can't. When the attendee asks a difficult question and you guess the right answer, God, at this time you wish they don't follow up the question. Because they will catch you, and most times they follow it up. It's like the more you impress, the more they keep on asking you the question. So they will discover that you just were lucky. You grab and God, the grinning during ward rounds. That's med school. That's medical training. It doesn't just happen in med school. In medical training, we do that. So we review patients. If you happen to be a patient at the teaching hospital, you experience this more often. But in other hospitals, they might not spend time doing rounds, asking questions, teaching. This happens more at the tertiary center. So, yeah. And that is all. Yeah, that is all. I don't have anything to say again about this. I've laughed. I love this. I think this is my best video making. I would even edit a little out of this. I will, because man, this is interesting. I would keep on doing this. What do you think about the video? I hope you can relate. If you're not a medical doctor, I hope I explained it enough for you to be able to relate with it. Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to. If you have memes like this, I will drop my email where you can send me such, and I will forward it to my friend so that he compiles them and I react to them. I don't want to see them. It might just remove that element of surprise and make my reaction fake. I would have to pretend. So thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.